Sir, please state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Jack Arnold. That's Jackarnold.
Mr. Arnold, where are currently employed?
I am an Assistant District Attorney General with the Tennessee District Attorney General's Conference in Nashville.
Okay, and prior to December 1st, 2024, where were you employed?
I was the DUI grant prosecutor here in the 23rd Judicial District.
Do you recognize the defendant sitting at the table today?
Well, I don't per se recognize him, but I
Okay.
do remember his case.
And is that Billy Hollis to your knowledge?
Yes.
Did you have Mr. Hollis's case on your caseload?
Yes.
Did you recall who the attorney was you ever had discussions with on this case regarding any possible settlement discussions?
Yes, his attorney was Scott Saul.
And did you ever speak to Mr. Saul about settlement negotiations like you would in any case with a caseload?
Yep.
Do you recall what those discussions included?
I mean, it's been a minute.
Okay.
But I do remember some.
Okay. What do you remember?
Okay. Let's see. So the case started in August 23 in Sessions Court, I want to say. There might have been a preliminary hearing, but I don't recall whether that would have been Mr. Saul or not, if there was one. But it got bound over. I was the one that sent it to the grand jury. There were a lot of charges in this case. But initially, so my first impression of the case was, no offense to anyone present, that the conduct charged in the case was so just crazy and sort of out of line that I thought, hey, maybe the defendant in this case has a drug problem. So initially, I had our district drug court interview him as a possible candidate for the drug court.
Did they accept him?
They did not. They turned him down.
Did they have concerns about his actions being a proper candidate?
Yeah, they didn't think at that time that he was interested in treatment.
Okay. They think he was trying to play the system to be able to go through the treatment program?
I'm sorry, repeat your question.
I'll move on, Your Honor. Did you ever speak with Mr. Saul about this case regarding circuit court discussions?
Yes.
And
So I remember that Mr. Saul and I were trying to come up with a resolution for this case for circuit court. And I want to say I had an initial idea of an offer if Montgomery County would play ball or play along with it on their pending cases.
so was this something where it's contingent upon Montgomery County an agreement with this?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was always contingent on Montgomery County, which is I think, the main reason why it broke down.
Okay.
So actually, what Mr. Hollis said just now about community corrections sounds like the kind of thing that we were aiming at initially.
Okay.
But as I recall, then I might have even had a tentative or partially complete offer to his lawyer, Mr. Saul. But at some point, and obviously being subpoenaed on this, I looked at past emails and records to get a flavor for when things broke down. Sometime around between August and maybe September, October 2024, it broke down in the following way. I thought I had some kind of offer of settlement set up, and my understanding was Mr. Hollis did not want to take it until he found out what was going to happen in Montgomery County.
So you're saying for the
My
record,
recollection is I made an offer and the defendant turned it down. And then at that point, I was still speaking to Montgomery County, and they became aware that I was trying to resolve the case. And sometime around August or September of 2024, I spoke with, between then and DA's conference, I spoke with Crystal Morgan, and she said that she's a prosecutor in Montgomery County, sorry. She said that she was not interested in a concurrent settlement with Cheatham County. And as I recollect, at some point around then, I told Mr. Saul, hey, we don't have it, right? Because my entire plan was to go concurrent with them. They didn't want to go concurrent. So basically the settlement fell apart doubly.
did that go back to square one, as you would say?
Yeah, yeah. So
And when did you leave the office?
I left December 1st, 2024.
And at that point, was there any offer standing to Mr. Hollis, at that time?
No, it was already gone.
And you noted that you recalled him turning it down and that you could not have ADA Morgan agree with it in Clarksville. Is that correct?
That was my recollection.
Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Lockhart, you may cross-examine.
As to whether he reached an agreement with Montgomery County, like he said, like he's testified to, you can't say that's not correct.
True,
All
right.
right.
I only have what I have secondhand.
So if he says that they're going to put him on community corrections and have him do a year-long treatment, you can't say that's not correct.
I cannot.
Now, you were in court, I believe, on the January 14th day. Is that correct? In front of Judge Lockhart Mash?
In 2025,
Yes.
if I was, I believe I was a witness in I might have been. If
All right.
I was, it was not in my capacity as a prosecutor, but it would have been as a witness for someone who I had formally prosecuted, attempting to convert the remainder of a probation sentence to unsupervised.
And you had not seen anything in writing revoking the offer.
No, I don't think I would have. I think I would have just called Scott and told him we don't have a deal.
And do you know that you did tell him that?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I understand,
Yeah.
but pretty sure and sure.
I would say I'm 95% sure. And
Okay.
here's why. I really wanted to get all of my serious cases, felony cases resolved before Mr. Stevens took over the job. And so the fact that I never managed to get this one resolved kind of stuck in my head as something that bothered me, because I really had hope that Mr. Saul and I could resolve it before John took over, because I didn't want to leave him with a bunch of big felony cases.
And on the 14th, was it not announced that there was a plea offer in place and asked the judge to reset to the 28th to firm everything up?
Of 2025?
Yes.
I do not recall that announcement being made. That doesn't mean that it wasn't. But,
Okay.
you know, because at that point it wasn't my case, and I was there to testify on behalf of a lady who had done a bunch of good work and was trying to. I wasn't paying attention.
And when had you left the DA's office?
I left December 1st, 2024. This
Okay.
DA's.
And when you left, you never made any type of written revocation of your plea offer?
No, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure I committed the offer to paper. I might have,
All right.
but no, that wouldn't have been in writing.
If Mr. Saul were to say that you had made an offer, you wouldn't dispute that, I
Oh,
assume.
no, I'm pretty sure I tried to make an offer.
Okay. And if he says it was 6 years community corrections, you can't really say that's not the case.
No, that sounds like me.
Okay. And as far as you know, if he had come back on the 28th, he may have pled that case out and taken the offer.
Well, if there had been an offer, but the
If
problem
there were.
problem is, I remember it breaking down before then.
All right. If Mr. Saul testifies there was an offer.
Then sure, if Mr. Stevens was in a position to honor it, then if they had an agreement, but understand, in January of 2025, I was not the prosecutor on this case.
Right. But you didn't make a written revocation of the offer.
No, I don't think I did.
And would you expect another assistant DA to honor your offer? unless there's some remarkable circumstances.
Sure, certainly if I had told Mr. Stevens that there was still an offer, but I'm pretty sure I apologized to him and said, I'm sorry, but we never resolved this case. When I transferred the felony cases that he had, I said,
Right,
sorry, this one didn't work out.
right. But not resolving, apologizing for not resolving the case doesn't mean he couldn't have still come in January the 14th and pled to the 6 years, if that was an offer.
If that offer had still been live, but I don't recall it being live.
Okay. That's all the questions I have.
Read record, Mr. Stevens.
If this case was settled, would you have entered it?
Absolutely.
Was it settled when you left?
It's not.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further? Step down, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you.
Jamie, call your next witness.
State call Scott Ball.